I think the most important takeaway is that we've actually investigated something that we thought hypothetically was an emerging phenomenon 4 years ago, but we didn't really know what its actual potential was. So the challenge that the European Commission put in front of our group was to try and come up with some evidence and insights that sustainable entrepreneurship and citizen innovation actually had prospects to contribute to sustainable lifestyles in Europe through to 2050. And we embarked on this journey without any firm conviction or certainty that would be the case, but 4 years later, I think we can say confidently that it does. And it's an area that really needs more investment, more activity, and more attention in the years to come.
I think the most rewarding aspect was to actually see and experience that there's so much exciting things going on, and to be in contact with those very innovative and young and engaged and motivated entrepreneurs and user innovators. I think that was actually, I was pretty much surprised that the level of innovation and of potential contribution to a more sustainable society and more sustainable markets and products is actually on a very high level.
We need to get to the systemic level, and that means getting more companies to work with each other, a bit like what happens in the circular economy, and engaging more and more citizens. I think that the success of social entrepreneurship in the last 10, 20 years shows that citizens can be engaged, are engaged, and it's just we have to keep pushing in that direction of more and more connection with enterprises and social enterprises and citizens.
I believe the key thing to drive sustainable entrepreneurship forward is creating a network of change makers and mixing with policy and corporates together driving the change.
If we can create an ecosystem and an ecosystem of partners, universities, business associations, advisory groups, then we can start to put some of those ideas into action, especially from the citizen innovators, because they're the ones that are seeing the change. The problem is we have those at a high level, but we don't have them at the grassroots, and the biggest change is coming from the grassroots.
The importance of this final conference is primarily that it brought together people who don't usually sit in the same room together. And that includes European policymakers, it includes people who are operating at the high level of industry with connections to C-suites, multinational companies and other global sustainability champions. It's brought together students who are considering a career as a sustainable entrepreneur. It's brought together people who are actually living it in practice, people who are studying it, people who are teaching it.
Really interesting to see the wide range of people coming from different backgrounds who are uniting on one cause, which is to improve humanity in general. And I think that's something very powerful and very beautiful to see.
I'm really, really pleased to see that if we can put the two together, the new ideas and the new people in the room, we can make the change that we want to make.